Hi everybody, welcome to another Yarn Scrap Friday with me, Laura, and today we have picked another suggestion from the Yarn Scrap Friday idea jar, and we got ivy chains. This is actually a Missy idea, so this is not pre-programmed, this is literally by chance. So we also put our own ideas in there as well, and we got a Missy suggestion for some ivy chains. So here we are, I've designed some ivy chains. They could also be maple leaves, so it's entirely up to you how you want to make these, but I'm using a DK weight yarn. So this is a DK light worsted weight yarn, so it's a yarn weight of 3 today. And with that, I am using a 3.5mm E crochet hook. You could also use a pair of scissors and yarn needle as well by the time you've made lots of chains. But let's begin, shall we? Okay, so this is probably not for beginners. There's some complicated stitches in this, but you know, never say never. But what we're going to do first of all is a little slip knot, and we are going to chain 9. To begin, chain 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so we're going to chain 9. We're going to work into our second chain from our hooks. We don't count the loop on our hook. There's our first chain, there's our second. Into there, we're going to do a slip stitch. And I recommend to working under just one loop of yarn. And sometimes people work under 2 loops when working into chains, but I recommend just working under 1 because you want... Okay, slightly interrupted there. I knock on the door, postman. Where were we? Right, so we're going to work a slip stitch into that second chain from our hook. So work a slip stitch, okay? Then in the next chain, we're going to work a single crochet. So this pattern's in US terminology. So in the next chain, we're going to work, again, just under 1 loop, work a single crochet or double crochet in UK terms. In the next chain, we're going to work a half double crochet. So pull through all 3, or half treble in UK terms. In the next chain, we're going to work a US double crochet. So pull through 2, and that's a treble in UK terms. Okay. Then we're going to work a half double crochet in the next chain. Half double crochet. Another half double crochet in the next chain. And then a single crochet in the next chain, and we're going to finish with a slip stitch in the last chain. Okay, so a slip stitch in there. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to do a chain 1, and we're going to work back into these chains again. So this is why I said work under 1 loop only, because it makes it a lot easier to see those chains again. So chain 1 and rotate your work clockwise. Go back into the same last chain you just worked and do another slip stitch. So we're going to mirror the stitches. So do a slip stitch in there. Then in the next chain, so look for your single crochet, and then above there you should see a hole. That's your chain. Work a single crochet in there. Then it was the 2 half double crochets, so I'm going to work a half double crochet in the next chain, pull through all 3, half double crochet in the next chain, get that tail end out of the way. The next chain was a double crochet, so again just find your double crochet, see where it's coming from, push your hook into there, is your chain. So a double crochet in there. Then it was a half double crochet, just the 1, pull through all 3. Should have 2 left. You've got a single crochet in the next chain and then a slip stitch. You probably can't see the last chain, so just roughly next to your previous chain, just give it a push and do a slip stitch. Okay, and you've got a little leaf in itself. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. So turn your work and work back into the chain, the stitches you just made. And we're going to start off, we're going to skip your chain 1, and in that first stitch, we're going to work a slip stitch. Okay, slip stitch in there. Then a single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, then a half double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet. Okay, so now this is where it gets complicated. If it wasn't complicated enough already, we're going to do a double crochet foundation stitch. Now to do that, yarn over like a normal double crochet, but we're going to go back into the same stitch. So go back into that same stitch you just worked. Bring the yarn through, but before you do a double crochet, we're just going to do a chain one. So just pull through that first loop only, and that creates a little stitch on the left hand side. Then we're going to do our double crochet. So we pull through two, pull through two. And that's it. That's a double crochet foundation stitch starting in that same last stitch used. Now we're going to do a half double crochet foundation stitch. We're going to, but instead of working it into that same stitch, we're going to work it into that chain one that we created. So we're going to yarn over because it's a half double crochet. And this, you want to look for this stitch on the left hand side. So you go under one bit of yarn, move over, just like working into a normal stitch. Go into there and bring the yarn through. And we do the same thing again. We need to create the chain one, the stitch on the side. So just pull through the first loop only. And because it's a half double crochet, we then pulled through all three. And there we go. That's our half double crochet foundation stitch. Now we're going to do a single crochet foundation stitch. I'm really throwing you in at the deep end here. But again, we're going to look for that chain one we created on the left hand side. So here, so not the stitch last worked, not this chain, but this last one we made. Best thing to do is if you look for, you got the loop on your hook, you got a loop here, you've got a little loop here, you've got a tiny loop here, then you've got this big stitch. That's your chain one. So again, work into that like a normal stitch. Bring the yarn through, but we haven't yarned over because we're just doing a single crochet. But again, we need to create that chain one, then pull through both loops to do a single crochet. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to chain two, gets a bit easier. Chain two, and we're going to turn our work. And in our second chain along, we're going to work a slip stitch. So slip stitch into there. Okay, then you want to find these stitches you made, and this first stitch over here is the one we want to work into, and we're going to do a single crochet in there. Then we do a half double crochet in the next stitch, normal proper stitches, a double crochet in the next stitch, pull through two, then a half double crochet in the next stitch, pull through all three, single crochet in the next stitch, and you should have one stitch left, and you can tell because that's your little chain one loop sticking out there, so you should have one stitch left, and into that last stitch do a slip stitch. Okay, and that's your next leaf done. Then we're going to chain one and turn. And we're going to skip our chain one and work a slip stitch in that previous slip stitch. Try and keep your stitches a little bit loose and big so they're easier to work into. Single crochet in the next stitch. Half double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, half double crochet. Now we need to work a foundation stitch, and it's going to be a single crochet foundation stitch. So we don't yarn over, but we start, because we don't have any chain ones to work into, we're going to go back into that same stitch. We just stuck that half double crochet in. So put your hook into there, bring the yarn through. We need to create that chain one on the end, so just pull through the first loop only, and because it's a single crochet, we then pull through both loops. Okay, and that's a single crochet foundation stitch. And that's it for this one. We're just going to chain two and then turn our work. And in the second chain, we're going to do a slip stitch. So just in that second chain, we work a little slip stitch. Then in the next proper stitch, it's kind of over a little bit. So in that proper stitch, we're then going to do a single crochet in there. Then in the next stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet. Pull through all three. Then in the next stitch is a single crochet. Then in the last stitch is a slip stitch. Okay, so slip stitch into there. like so. And we've got 3 little leaves now, but now we want to move over to the other side, so we're not going to continue around this way. So what we want to do is we want to work 2 slip stitches and get over to this side of this leaf here. So let's have a look, shall we? In between these chain 1s, there's like a little, grab a little bit of yarn, slip stitch into there, and then just the other side of that chain 1, we're going to roughly slip stitch into there. So just work 2 slip stitches neatly over. Then in this stitch here of this side of this leaf, we're going to put our hook into that first stitch and work a slip stitch, like so. Then in the next stitch of this leaf, we're going to do a single crochet. Then we're going to do a half double crochet in the next stitch. Half double crochet. Then we've got some foundation stitches. So again, we have no chains to work into at first. So we're going to go straight back into the same stitch just worked. And it's going to be a double crochet foundation stitch. So we yarn over, go into that same stitch as that half double crochet, bring the yarn through, work that chain 1, so pull through the first loop only to begin. And it's a double crochet, so then we pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, then we need to create a half double crochet foundation stitch, and we're going to work it into that chain 1. So find that chain 1 on the left hand side, bring the yarn through, create another chain 1, and we've got 3 loops. It's a half double crochet, so we pull through all 3. Okay, then we're going to do a single crochet foundation stitch. We don't yarn over. Find that second chain 1 you made, put your hook into there, bring the yarn through, create another chain 1, even if we're not going to use it, create another chain 1, and then pull through 2 loops to work a single crochet. Okay, then that's it. We're going to chain 2 and turn our work. And again, in that second chain, we're going to work a slip stitch. Okay, and then find your first proper stitch. It's kind of over a bit. We do a single crochet in there. Then in the next stitch, half double crochet. Next stitch, a double crochet. Next stitch, a half double crochet, and don't worry, I'll write this pattern up and get it on my website for you guys. Then in the next stitch, a single crochet, and we finish up in the next stitch with a slip stitch. Okay, and that's our next leaf created. And we're almost finished. We're going to chain 1 and turn, skip your chain 1. Then in that previous slip stitch, we work another slip stitch. Then in the next stitch, we work a single crochet. Next stitch, a half double crochet. And now we're going to do a single crochet foundation stitch. So we don't yarn over because it's a single crochet. We go back into the same stitch we just worked, bring the yarn through. Create that chain 1, so pull for the first loop only, then work your single crochet, pull through 2 loops. Okay, that's it. We do a chain 2 and turn. Then we work a slip stitch in that second chain, or first chain, the first one you made. Then all the way over here in this proper stitch, this single crochet, we're going to do a single crochet. Next stitch, we work a half double crochet. Then in the next stitch is a single crochet. Then in the last stitch, we're going to just do a slip stitch. Okay, and then just to finish off, we're back in the middle, right in the center of this middle leaf. In here, we're going to do a slip stitch. And there we go. That is our finished. We turn it over. Doesn't really matter which side you use though. If we turn it over, you've either got a maple leaf or an ivy leaf, so it's entirely up to you. And now I'm just going to quickly show you how to turn this into chains. It's super easy. You just basically do the exact same thing again. So from this point, we just chain 9. So directly from here, we go back, right back to the beginning, chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And we follow the same pattern, so it's a slip stitch in the second chain, single crochet in the next chain, half double crochet in the next chain, then a double crochet, or treble in UK terms. Then it was a half double crochet in the next 2 chains, half double crochet in there, half double crochet in there. Then you've got 2 chains left. It's a single crochet in the next one and a slip stitch in the last one. I'll just quickly show you, I'm not going to show you the whole leaf again, but I'll quickly show you how to move on from this point. We then do the chain 1, so the pattern's exactly the same. Do a chain 1, and then before you turn your work, just work another slip stitch in that last chain at this point. It's a little bit easier. Slip stitch in there. And then we're going to bring your yarn to the front and move that whole leaf out the way and turn your work clockwise. And then you want to find the next chain, so you can just about see where your stitch is coming from, that slip stitch. So your next one along is here. And then from this point, keeping all your leaves out the way, we would then work the single crochet. Then we carry on, so the next one was half double crochet in the next 2, half double crochet in there, half double crochet in there. Then it was a double crochet. Then it was a half double crochet. Then it was a single crochet, and of course a slip stitch in the last one at the top. Okay, and then that's how you would work your from that point. So you've got that central leaf, which is exactly the same as this part here, and that's it. So I'll make a few more of these and just show you what they look like, but I hope you enjoy that tutorial. I hope you managed to follow along. So I'll make a few more and then come back and show you. And there we go. I finished up the second one, made another one on top of that, and that's it. It's just repeating the same pattern over and over again for as many chains as you would like. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Hope it's inspired you. This would be wonderful on a Christmas wreath or autumn wreath in general. You could, like I said, they also look like maple leaves, so you could make them in red, orange, yellow. Hopefully this has inspired you. As always, a huge thank you to our monthly subscribers on Happy Berry Plus for helping make these videos possible. A thank you to Missy as well for your suggestion this week, Ivy James. I hope I did it justice. I got a thumbs up. And if you're interested in our monthly subscription, there is extra content, extra patterns, behind the scenes, a podcast, and a crochet magazine as well to hopefully get you inspired. Issue 2 has just come out, and issue 3 is actually coming out very, very soon on the 1st of December. So really looking forward to getting some exclusive Christmassy festive season patterns in our next magazine. But I will see you soon for some more crochet crafting fun. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.